Alrighty, welcome back to another exciting episode of Risk of Rain here on SplitScreen. I'm Civvie.
I'm Parker.
I'm Wallace. And I'm Cam.
And as usual, it's time for our exciting recap episode of how we feel about this game since we've beaten the game. Well, we've beaten what's here. Right.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure once they come up with some more stuff, we'll probably come back to it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, because Cam said nothing last time and has played probably the most amount of this game, I'm gonna make him go first.
What? You made me go first last time.
That's nice.
I didn't actually play much of the last Risk of Rain, so I don't really have many attachments to that one. So I've been coming to this one mostly fresh.
Okay.
I play a lot of roguelites, but I kind of like the balance of damage and weapons and the way it all comes out. Although it tends to be a little bit slow in the beginning. Oh, that's a crappy item. Kind of like that they actually linked. The achievements feel not too contrived to get to for the most part. I know some games I've played through, it just feels ridiculous trying to get all the things unlocked. But if anything, I'm probably the most impressed that they've managed to take an old game and translate it to 3D successfully.
Yeah, it definitely did a good job with that.
Glass is over here.
Glasses.
Nope. Alrighty.
I'm not sure what else to say beyond that. I'm not so articulate, that's why I usually end up not saying much.
You know,
Although, I guess if there's anything, we just like spend a lot of money to pick a friend up.
yes.
I'm like, you could price the friend like a gold chest. I think that would work out fine.
That's maybe a bit much.
I
Maybe
mean,
like,
if they wanted to make it difficult to get you back up, they've already got a pricing scheme.
I feel like the expensive chests would probably be the right one. Like the chests that give you greens. So then if you have somebody who's just really bad, you can revive them multiple times if necessary.
Well, either way, it'd be nice to be able to spend a chunk of cash to just pick the poor guy up.
Ooh.
It's not like that's going to be easy to do in the middle of a big fight, but in between, in the quiet moments.
Ow.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest complaint. It's just forcing someone to watch someone else play.
For like an hour. In cases.
I mean, I don't think a level should go that long. But yeah, when you're stuck standing around while watching other people, it can feel like forever.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Anyone else have any opinions about video games?
I thought everybody was supposed to share an opinion about this game.
I mean, yes. That is what I was attempting to get you to agree to.
Man's got high standards.
I guess I'll go next then.
Alright.
Game's pretty good. They've definitely took what they had in the first game and actually attempted to improve it instead of just translating it. Because I remember the engineer wasn't the greatest in Risk of Rain 1, mostly because his turret just didn't.
You cut out there.
Uh-oh.
Every time.
Every time.
This is true, isn't it?
I mean, I mostly played engineer because I wasn't really a big fan of the other classes, but that's more just personal preference. Like I was saying, they definitely made some improvements with the what they had with the first game. So it's not just like translating Risk of Rain 1 into 3D. They made it like at least a couple of these different balancing changes and stuff.
The heck, it's hitting me.
I don't know, dude. Like, for example, infusions no longer stack indefinitely.
I'm just taking damage from something. I'm gonna die for... There's probably something stuck under the map and it's shooting through and hitting me. Oh, that's bad news.
Mostly what Cam said is probably right. I would say, I'd actually argue that probably making it a gold chest is probably a good idea, because it honestly isn't hard for some classes to just run in and be like, hey, what's up? I'm going to revive you now. So making it actually, like, because you basically destroy the co-op difficulty entirely by making it so that you can just revive people for almost no cost. Especially, like, I'm mostly considering, like, from the later levels. It's like, early game, yeah, like, it'd be way too expensive. But late game, it's just like, whatever.
Well, the chests scale, right?
Well, yeah, the thing is that the chests do scale, but the problem is that you get way more money later on.
You can have that, Wallace. The neural.
Not an Arl, it's a beetle guard.
Oh, blam.
I
don't need it.
I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. I don't play roguelikes very often. That's surprising at all. So this game's always been good. Risk Rain 1 was good. And Risk Rain 2 is just that, except 3D and gooder, I'd say.
Alright.
Hey, I got a crowbar.
Alright, Wallace, baby. Give it to me.
I wasn't really a big fan of the first Risk of Rain.
Blasphemy.
I know, right? I don't know. There was just something about that game that I just didn't really enjoy very much. This is a lot better, probably because it's in 3D. It might have been the 2D side-scrolling part of it, the first one that I disliked, because it just kind of felt really limiting. But this definitely has a lot more, I don't know if I want to say depth to it, but there's more ways that you can fight a guy in this game compared to the first one. I don't really know anything about the balancing because I didn't play a whole lot of the first one compared to this, but I mean it's fun. I like it. It's pretty entertaining, and I don't know. It's, for me, it's one of those games that I can play just, to veg out. I don't really have to think too much. And that's pretty good. So.
There's a bustling fungus in this shop.
Does that make it time for Alex's opinion?
I guess. Where's the end? This is definitely a good. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sequel to the first Risk of Rain, which we had some fun with in a previous playthrough. It definitely is still being worked on, which is good. And still could use a lot of balance stuff. I find that maybe it's just my playstyle, but the engineer is definitely like top tier. So much so that I, probably wouldn't play most of the other classes if I had a choice.
Engineer or multi. Anything else is just because I want to try being different.
Yeah.
Yeah, multi's alright. Good. The other classes have. I know the Huntress had the problem for me that it was just like way too squishy.
Yeah.
You just feel like you just evaporate if you make like one mistake.
Yeah, whereas the engineer, because he has lots of tanky stuff, can just kind of... If all else fails, you can just hit shift and usually you'll be okay. Unless you're really in the shit, and then you were screwed either way, so, you know.
I think the issue is that a lot of items give you shit tons of mobility, so engineer's like one downside where he has like no mobility options doesn't really make a difference. Because it's like, yeah, I don't have any mobility until I get like 2 feathers and like that clay bird, and suddenly, hey look, I have basically the Huntress dash at all times. And suddenly, the fact that I don't have a shift ability that gets me somewhere doesn't really matter as much because I can just outrun everything anyway.
Most of the time I find that I forget that the shift ability even exists on the running, on the people who like, oh, whoops, sorry about that. Oh, no. Take that, whoever I just stole that medkit from. Just because like in the middle of that kind of flurry when you need it, you're kind of thinking of attempting to survive and managing like all your other bards at the same time, so I forget that my shift exists and is maybe an escape on other classes.
Trade the chrono ball for a fuel cell.
Yeah, I definitely think that there needs to be a way, especially for like a way to detect noobs and be like, okay, you like maybe even in like just the first 2 or 3 maps, be able to bring back your allies so that your noob friends aren't sitting there for an hour while you're like gearing up and like they don't want to have to sit there and watch you play and not have anything to do. Like maybe if not lit revives happen, like add a girlfriend mode or something like that. Like anything.
Let me play as a drone.
Yeah, something like that. That would also work. Because also you're sitting there watching your friend get gear, and you respawn with like no extra gear. So if like your home slice got some really sweet gear, or basically
you get to watch yourself fall behind.
Yeah,
Damn.
and then instantly die again. So
Damn.
it ends up just like you get more and more behind as you go. You don't ever catch up, which is also no fun, especially for noobs. Also, maybe don't start with the maybe don't start with the commando. I know you did that last time, guys, but like the commando is maybe not good for noobs.
I'm gonna activate the teleport.
Please do.
There's a fuel cell if you want it.
Ooh, fuel cells. Is there any equipment around?
I haven't spotted any. Also, these fucking bosses. The fuck.
There's some bosses that definitely need a tuning.
I think
Yeah,
that
definitely these guys for sure.
uh
Like there's something entirely unfair about these.
that just suck you in.
Yeah, they just suck you in like that.
When they hit low health, they use that. So you know it's coming.
Yeah, but you can't do anything against it.
Outside of just being out of their range in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a bunch of classes can't because they don't have long range options.
You can if you just turn around and sprint. You can break it. I mean, I don't know if you can break 2 at once. What's going on right now?
Kind of.
But like the beetle boss in particular is kind of like a joke.
Yeah. And then these guys and like these guys are just like really annoying. The rock guardian, you either instantly kill him or he face lasers your dick and you die.
Yeah, see, that's another one where it's like if you're playing the engineer, you have just an advantage because you could just be like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna be.
No, and he's so big, so you can just throw mines on his face.
I mean, yeah, but the big thing is that you can just nullify one of his attacks really easily.
And even if you have
Engineer
escape
has a lot of
abilities,
that.
you can't escape the laser because he'll just keep shooting at you when you respawn. Right? Unless you happen to escape behind something. Oh, portal.
Portal.
I would also like them to make the face laser guys make them have a harder time of tracking you on the ground, because it seems that most enemies in this game just can't handle you jumping a lot, so they should attempt to discourage that.
Oh, okay.
Yep, here we are.
No, I clipped through the floor at the start.
Good. It is not Tesla. It's handcuffs of some sort.
Those are the jumpies.
Oh, I don't like this.
If you hold space, you do a slam.
Yeah. I still
And
don't
then
like
you
it.
bound off the map.
Yeah, it sounds right. Yeah. I kind of wish that underneath each item, it told you like a little bit of what it did, like a little tiny tooltip. Because I just have this bar of items that I don't know what they are. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. I've got a lot of stuff here. And then like include things to explain what the moon crystals are for, or coins, stuff like that, which I'm sure is in like the menu, but like, could you just like pop it up the first time I see them? It's like, you need these for the secret store, and I'd be like, oh sweet, there's a secret store, and then I go look for the secret store rather than just like, I don't know, I'll keep these, I guess. I don't know.
Probably also deal with some of the lunar items, but that's more of like just the gameplay balance issue.
Yeah, I think there's, like with a lot of other roguelikes, there is some balance issue in the items. If you don't get items, you're just kind of screwed.
It's also probably another reason why engineer is really good, is you can basically make almost anything work.
Yeah, you can function with very few items.
I mean, there was that one game where I was literally playing with 20 war banners.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well. We didn't win, but it worked out okay. Let's see. I found the end.
Nice.
Nice. Let's see. What else? They need to move all of the fucking your summon bar to be legible. Like, right now it's not bad because we don't have a lot of everything. But like, as soon as you have like, you know, a bunch of
Once you have
like-
a bunch of drones,
yeah, a bunch of drones. Yeah, the list is useless. It should at least make them so like who owns what is
Yeah.
like
I've
underneath
broken
them.
multiple sentries because I was like, oh, do I have my turrets down? I don't know.
Yeah. Also, much like Warframe, if you are going to summon something, put a bar above the button so I know that I have summoned the thing and how much HP it has, or if it has a timer. Like, fucking Christ. Like, I can't. Especially if there's like just
you don't have a war banner yet?
just a large amount of things. No.
No.
There's a
Ah.
fungus.
Someone say fungus.
Fungus.
Actually, I don't know how many Civvie has.
Go for it. I have like 2. Yeah.
I have 3, so...
Well, take it. Take it.
Okay.
Mainly because I don't want to walk over there.
Give me a second.
I think of anything else. No, I think that's about it. Yeah. It's a good game. It was what, like $20, something like that. They'll probably have more multiplayer bundle deals during sales. So, you know, if you want to get it for friends, probably that will be a thing you can do. Again, because we got it under the 2-for-1 deal, right?
Yeah. It's like 20... How much is it for 2 copies? I don't know, because I didn't buy it, so...
There's a buy one, get one.
Yeah.
So it's like 20 bucks for 2 copies?
Yep.
Yeah. So it'll probably go on sale like that again, so if you have watched all this, you should probably, like, I don't know, hit that button on...
Look out for that.
Yeah, look out for that.
That wasn't a bad deal.
Use our coupon code.
If only we had those.
Just call your local Steam representative and say, Civvie told me that I can get this not on a deal, but it gets him something if I say that, and then they will know to give us sweet props.
So, like, who?
And then you'll be like, oh, the Civvie guy, he's the most popular. He has tons of friends. He goes outside sometimes. Then they'll know. They'll know who it is.
No, you're lying, because Civvie doesn't have friends.
Or go outside.
Aw.